Welcome to the 178th Hootenanny here at Dornan's. Looks like we have a good program lined up for this evening. We need to do a little fine-tuning on the PA system, but we will attempt to do that. As you are aware, we have a full house this evening. Soon they stop letting, perhaps they already have, stopped letting people in. And it's very, very helpful when you leave if you would tell them at the door so they can let some other folks in. So if you leave before the break, or if at the break you decide you're not going to come back, please let them know. And we'll let others into the second half. We ask but two things here at the Hootenanny, and the first is please no smoking in here for the rest of the evening. And the other thing is that we have a tradition here, and it's the Dornan tradition of not talking while the performers are on the stage. We invite everyone to join us in that. This is acoustic music, folk music, and it's listening type music. If anyone is here who had hoped to be able to perform tonight, we do have 2 slots left still open. And you may see me, Dick Barker, or my cohort, or co-hoot, I call him, Bill Briggs, and we'll get started. See if we can get you on here. I'll turn this down just a little. John, the upper one, just the large knob just down a little bit. Testing, 1, 2. Hopefully. Okay, we'll give that a try. Can you hear me? Yeah? All right. Bill Briggs was very instrumental in folk music here in the early years. I first knew him in the mid-50s, and he had, back in those days, starting around 1957, what were known as Teton tea parties. Those were all-night song fests when he had a large cauldron of tea, and we added various and sundry things to it, usually red wine, and that was known as Teton tea. And he took those parties then subsequent years up to the old CCC camp, the climbers campground up at Jenny Lake. And then when he was a guide for Exums, why he took the Teton tea parties up to Guides Hill. He's also been a member of the Stagecoach Band for 27 years. Helped me get the Hootenanny started. You'll see a lot of Bill this evening as he takes over doing the emceeing. And this is his 154th time here at the Hootenanny. Please welcome Bill Briggs.
Oh boy, have to live that down. Well, if you can't live it down, you might as well live it up. You know my serious attitude, don't you? This is a Carter family song, A.P. Carter's Lament. As I walked out one morning fair to view the fields and take the air, to view the fields and the meadows round, town. I thought I heard my true love say, oh, won't you come and go this way? You love some other, you don't love me. You care not for my company. You love some other, and I know why. Because he has more gold than I. That gold will melt and silver will fly. My love for you will never die. There is a flower, I've heard them say, that will bloom from day to day. And if that flower I only could find, I'd ease this aching heart of mine. So fare you well, my shining little love. I'll meet you in that land above. And when we meet there in that land, we'll shake no more this parting hand. As I walked out one morning fair to view the fields and take the air, to view the fields and the meadows round, I thought I heard some lonesome sound. I thought I heard my true love say, oh, won't you come and go this way? I'll try a new one here. Spring a new one on you. Actually, it's an old one. But anyway, I haven't played this sort of thing for quite a while. Somebody did Casey Jones. Was it Jack did Casey Jones last week? This is a takeoff on that. It's about Jay Gould's daughter. Now, Jay Gould was a railroad magnate, bought up all railroads that he possibly could, and didn't make people very happy, and he wound up throwing all the hobos off the railroad and redesigning the cars so they couldn't hold on to the blinds. Blinds are the sides of the freight cars. So they wrote a song about it. On a Monday morning it began to rain. Round the curve come a passenger train. On the blind was Hobo John. He's a good old hobo, but he's dead and gone. Dead and gone. He's dead and gone. He's a good old hobo, but he's dead and gone. Now Jay Gould's daughter said before she died, Papa fixed blinds so bums can't ride. If ride they must have got to ride the rod. Let them put their trust in the hands of God. In the hands of God. In the hands of God. Let them put their trust in the hands of God. Jago's daughter said before she died, 2 more trains I'd like to ride. Jago said, daughter, what can there be? There's the Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe. The Santa Fe. Oh, the Santa Fe. There's the Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe. Jago's daughter said before she died, 2 more drinks, like to try. Jago said, daughter, what can they be? There's a glass of water and Teton tea. That Teton tea. That Teton tea. There's a glass of water and Teton tea. Now Charlie Snyder was a good engineer. Told his firemen not to fear. Shovel on the coal body to get out the window, see the drivers roll. Drivers roll. See the drivers roll. Stick your head out the window, see the drivers roll. I broke a string on this night. So I don't know what's going to happen. Sounds okay. Boy, you replace a string, it stretches, you know. And you have to be a piano tuner to retune this.
That was Bill Briggs. As I said, you'll be seeing a lot of Bill as the evening goes on. Next, we have a neighbor, someone who's been very, very active in this community for a few years. His family used to operate a dude ranch here, the Bear Paw Ranch, and he used to entertain there, had been a teacher out at the Thatcher School out in California, and is still teaching every Monday night here on the stage at the Hootenanny. This is Jack Hyler.
Well, I'm tired of Dick having the reputation for singing the biggest tear-jerkers that I'm going to enter the contest. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy wrapped up in white linen. A cowboy wrapped in white linen? Not a saddle blanket? Well, for years this song has been passed off as a cowboy song, but there are quite a few anomalies in it, which you will notice. A card house, not a gambling joint, a card house. 16 maidens and 16 gamblers to accompany the coffin. Bunches of roses to be put on his body, on the coffin, I should say. And above all, a drum and fife playing a dead march. Now, do those sound like the frontier west to you? They don't to me. But after I finish the song, the way we usually hear it, I'll explain it. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, wrapped in white linen as cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. These words he did say as I slowly walked by. Come sit down beside me and hear my sad story. For I'm shot in the breast and I know I must die. 'Twas once in the saddle I used to go dashing. 'Twas once in the saddle I used to go gay. First down to Rosie's and then to the card house. But I'm shot in the breast and I'm dying today. Get 16 maidens, set 16 gamblers to carry my coffin. Get 16 maidens to sing me a song. Take me to the graveyard and lay the sod o'er me. For I'm a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly. Play the dead march as you carry me along. Place bunches of roses all over my coffin. Roses to deaden the clods as they fall. We beat the drum slowly, we played the fife lowly. We played the dead march as we carried him along. For we all loved our cowboy, so young and so handsome. We all loved our cowboy, although he'd done wrong. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo. All right, now. No, this song was not a cowboy song at all. It was an 18th century song about a young man dying, not of bullet wounds, but here comes the tear-jerking, or even a knife cut, but of syphilis. Whereupon, all the prostitutes in town, grateful for his generosity, follow his coffin to the cemetery. Because he's a soldier, his cortege is accompanied by drums and fife, playing the military dead march. In the 1790 variant, it goes like this. I won't sing this whole thing, but you'll get the point. Had she but told me when she diseased me, had she but told me of it in time, I could have got salts and pills of white mercury. But now I'm cut down in the height of my prime. Oh, go send for the preacher to come and pray over me. Go send for the doctor to bind up my wounds. My poor head is aching, my sad heart is breaking. My body salivated, and hell is my doom. As I walked out in fair Dublin. Now you know the truth about that song. It's a lovely melody, isn't it? I signed up on the side on other tonight because I wanted to cheer things up afterwards. And instead of traditional, I wanted to sing this. Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Drinking beer in a cabaret, and was I having fun? Till one night she caught me tight, and now I'm on the run. Say, lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. She kicked in my windshield, she hit me over the head. She cussed and cried and said I lied and wished that I was dead. Say, lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Drinking beer in a cabaret and dancing with a blonde until one night shot out the light and bang, that blonde was gone. Say that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol mackin' mama, lay that pistol down. I'll see you every night, babe, I'll woo you every day. I'll be your regular daddy if you'll put that gun away. Say, lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packin' mama, lay that pistol down. Now, there's a story to most of my songs, and there is to that. That was a popular song on the Lucky Strike hit parade. And during World War II, when I was in the Army, Margaret and I happened to be in New York, and we got tickets to the Lucky Strike hit parade to hear Frank Sinatra sing. And he sang that song. And at the end of it, when he did this, 3 rows of Bobby Soxers stood up and, woo, Frankie! And 4 of them had to be carried out on stretchers. Now, Barbara, I at least expected you to stand up and do that for me. But I guess I already knew I was no Sinatra. Last, I'm going to teach you the chorus. We'll all sing this to cheer up after that first song. Now, it's about the desperado from Colorado, but it's got a rhyme with tornado, too. So it's always been a desperado from the Wild and Willie West. And the chorus goes this way, and I hope you'll all join. And there are 2 skip beats in it, so watch as we go the first time. Oh, he was a big bow man, was this desperado from Cripple Creek way out in Colorado, and he walked around just like a big tornado, and everywhere he went he gave his war whoop. Okay? That's all. That's all. Try that. A big bow, come on, sing this. A big bow man was this desperado from Cripple Creek way out in Colorado, and he walked around just like a big tornado, and everywhere he went he gave his war a hoop. There was a desperado from the wild and woolly West. He came east to Chicago just to give the West a rest. He wore a big sombrero and a gun beneath his vest. And everywhere he went, he gave his war a hoop. Oh, a big old man was this desperado from Cripple Creek way out in Colorado. And he walked around just like a big tornado. And everywhere he went, he gave his war a hoop. He went to Coney Island just to take in all the sights. He saw the hoochie coochie and a girl dressed up in tights. He got so damned excited that he shot out all the lights. But everywhere he went, he gave his war whoop. Oh, a big old man was this desperado from Cripple Creek way out in Colorado. But he walked around just like a big tornado. Everywhere he went, he gave his war whoop. A great big fat policeman came a-walking down the street. He saw this desperado come a-rolling down his beat. He took him by the whiskers and he took him by his seat and put him where he couldn't give his war whoop. Oh, a big old man was this desperado from Cripple Creek way out in Colorado. And he walked around just like a big tornado. And everywhere he went, he gave his war whoop. That's Jack Hyler. Hey, we're going to have my co-hoot come up. Dick played music when he was at college down at Fort Collins, and played music with a girl by the name of Judy Collins at the time. And by the time I got to know him up here, he was already quite a folk singer, and I used to love to listen to him around the campfire. I'd sneak in from the outer edges because I wasn't invited. But a wonderful singer of songs, ballads, particularly ones with a surprise ending. Here he is, Dick Barker.
Thanks, Bill. Are you hearing okay through the microphone now? All right.
Louder.
It's a little low?
Yeah. Could be a bit louder.
Okay. Just up a little bit? Okay, let's try it there. Well, I'm going to start with one of the old cowboy songs. There are a number of songs that have to do with cowboys out and problems they've had with their rope or problems they got into. This is about two cowboys riding along. One of them was named Jake, and the other one Roney. Jake and Roney was riding along. Jake was a-singing what he called a song. One up from a gully what should appear but a moss-backed sookie and a bald-faced steer. Jake took after with his hat pulled down. He built himself a loop big enough to rope a town. The old steer headed for the setting sun, and believe me, neighbors, he could hump it and run. Now the sun was shining in old Jake's eyes, and he weren't looking for no big surprise. The steer gave a wiggle like his shirt was tight. He busted through a juniper and dropped out of sight. Now old Jake's pony done a figure eight. Jake, he done his ad and just a mite too late. He went out of the saddle a-seeing red. He landed in the gravel of a dry riverbed. Now Roney's pony was a good horse too, and he couldn't figure why Jake had flew. So he humped and he started for the Cavy yard, and he dumped old Roney where the ground was hard. Now Jake was holding up a swelling thumb. Says he, I reckon I was traveling some. When Roney hollered, let's get away from here, or we're gonna get tangled with the bald-faced steer. So Roney crawled astraddle of a juniper tree. There ain't no more room up here, says he. So old Jake figured for himself to save, went a-backing in the mouth of a cut-bank cave. Now the old steer charged with his head away down, rolling his eyes and a-pawing the ground, a-hooking and a-sniffing and a-turning about, but every few seconds old Jake popped out. Roney says, you darn fool, get back out of sight. You act like you're hankering maybe to make him fight. When old Jake bellered kinda weak and queer, get back, hell nothing, there's a bear in here. Well, the fellow came through here back in the, I think it was the early 60s, and friend of Bill Briggs's. And he taught me this song. Fred Allen, the radio comedian, thought that there had been a few too many songs perhaps about hillbillies. And so he took an old hillbilly tune, Old Joe Clark, and he put new words to it. And he called this the City Billy song. You probably know the melody. The original goes, now old Joe Clark, the preacher's son, preached all over the plain, but the only text that he ever did learn was high-low jack in the game. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well to say. It foller me 10,000 miles to hear my fiddle play. Well, that's the original. This is what Fred Allen came up with. Now listen, folks, I'll sing you a song, a different sort of ditty. Our hero didn't live in the hills, he lived in New York City. Our hero lived in New York City, his name was Homer Tracy. He worked in a department store, the store that was owned by Macy. Yes, Homer was a city boy, he wore an Adam hat. He took the BMT to work and he ate in the automats. Our hero was a floor walker, his name was Homer Tracy. He worked in a department store, the store that was owned by Macy. Once Macy's had a girdle sale, the mob had lost its head. They trampled Homer till the closing time, they left him there for dead. His white gardenia stained with blood, the blood of Homer Tracy. There was gore on the floor of the department store, the store that was owned by Macy. In his coffin, Homer lay with a smile. You know what the smile on his face meant. Homer Tracy was still with Macy's. They buried him in the basement. Now the epitaph on Homer's grave says, life is but a symbol. I might have been alive today if I had worked for Gimbal. usually try to wait a month or two between singing songs, but I have another old friend from out of town here who had been looking for this song for years. He remembers hearing it back, I think, maybe in the mid-'60s or so when I first heard it. And so even though I've done this song just a couple weeks ago, I'm going to do it again. This is Bernard the Mule. Way up in Wyoming where the weather is cool, up on the mountain stood Bernard the Mule, with a brand on his shoulder and shoes on his feet, and a government number stamped right on his seat. He'd served 28 years as a government mule, just a bucking and a kicking and an acting a fool. Eating hay in the winter, in the summer it was grass, living high year-round like a government employee. Well, he went through his records one fine day. The quartermaster said he's not earning his hay. He's just a-laying around getting high on grass. The review board said, well, let's bust this mule. So they sent out flyers in the U.S. mail, advertising old Bernard for sale. Up stepped Davy Coulter with cash in his hand, and he saved Bernie's rear from a dog food can. Oh, Bernard, although you was a fool, still, Bernard, you's a pretty good old mule. Oh, Bernard, I'd have never turned you loose if I'd have thought, Bernard, they'd mistake you for a moose. Now a California hunter with a trophy in his eye drove up to Jackson, a permit to buy. They took his money and they turned him loose. He went up on the mountain to bag a big moose. Old Bernie saw him coming, but he didn't run. In the army he'd seen many a fool with a gun. California hunter fanned the trigger so fast, he put a half a dozen bullets into Davy's mule. Well, he looked at old Bernie with pride in his eyes and said, hot damn, what a hunter's prize. Folks back home are gonna think it's a gas. So he whipped out his knife and he skinned Davy's mule. Well, the game warden looked at that California fool, the brand, the shoes, he saw he had a mule. He thought, this damn fool deserves a mule to eat. So he grinned and he said, you got some mighty fine meat. Oh, Bernard, although you was a fool, still, Bernard, you's a pretty good old mule. Oh, Bernard, I'd have never turned you loose if I'd have thought, Bernard, they'd mistake you for a moose. Somewhere in California there's a happy fool serving friends and neighbors barbecued mule. They go home happy saying, wasn't that a gas? But you and I know that they had a piece of mule. Oh, Bernard, although you was a fool, still, Bernard, you's a pretty good old mule. Oh, Bernard, I'd have never turned you loose if I'd have thought, Bernard, they'd mistake you for a gall darn moose. Thank you.
A few sad songs by Dick Barker. Next we've got a fellow I haven't heard from before. It's first time here. And I don't know, Marty, is this one of your relatives? Yeah, James Murray here. Let's welcome him in first time.
I make it a rule not to play in front of more than one person, but I'm gonna break it for my grandma. So
Right.
I don't have a choice, I guess. Just have to relax for a while here. I'm nervous. everything till it goes slipping through your fingers. But that's just the price I pay for being my own man and doing the best I can. Now I'm alone without a plan late in the day. Now I pour whiskey, break the ice, put my feet up and close my eyes. I try to listen to what my heart might say. I try to find a rhyme to take me back in time and be with you late in the day. As I look out of the tops of houses and the shops, of the sunsets, another day does wind down. My life is still the same, my lips still call your name, and my heart can't hide the pain late in the day. Now I pour whiskey, break the ice, put my feet up and close my eyes. I try to listen to what my heart might say. I try to find a rhyme to take me back in time and be with you here late in the day. My life is still the same, my lips still call your name, and my heart can't hide the pain late in the day. Heart skipped a beat when you walked into the room, and in 5 seconds I was thinking bride and groom. I was thinking bride and groom, thinking man and wife. Never fell in love so fast in all of my life. Well, I know you'd like my friends, and you gotta meet my parents. My dad's pretty funny, and my mom looks like Betty White. I gotta have another drink to figure out a way to introduce myself to you tonight. I'm lousy on the first night, better by the third, and I was raised Catholic, in case you hadn't heard. But I ain't the type of man that lives on dreams and wishes, or walks around the house breaking bread and blessing fishes. If I sent a dozen roses just out of habit, would you press those flowers in the cotton of Babbitt? I need another drink, I need a cigarette. I ain't giving up, I'm gonna get you yet. I'll give you the rights to my 10 best songs. If you wanna talk, we can talk till dawn right here. I need a word that rhymes with earn. Well, I guess your name is the first thing I ought to learn. I hope you're a Democrat, hope you like the Red Sox, hope you like bourbon with a splash of water on the rocks. Bourbon with a splash, it's the only drink I make. Maybe I can learn, there's a course I can take. Well, you might as well give up, I'm gonna make a move. We can honeymoon in Paris and hang out at the Louvre. We can winter in the city, summer up in Maine. All of this will happen just as soon as I learn your name. Let you know I love you, just to let you know how much I care, and I ain't scared to have you see the way I feel. I blowed a kiss through your keyhole, just to let you know I'm breathing, just to try and smack you in the heart. If I was smart, I'd give up and go back home. Well, I'm not trying to say I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say I love you. I'm not trying to make excuses or set myself above you. I'm not trying to rearrange it. I'm not saying I can change. Well, the only thing I'm trying to do is try. Right here by your back porch, just to try and catch you leaving. Just to try and catch you unaware. And I ain't scared to have you see the way I leaned on your doorbell just to see if you would answer. Just to see if you would open up. No such luck, I'll come back and calm down. Well, I'm not trying to say I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say I love you. I'm not trying to make excuses or set myself above you. I'm not trying to rearrange it. I'm not saying I can change. The only thing I'm trying to do is try. I'm not trying to say I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say I love you. I'm not trying to make excuses or set myself above you. I'm not trying to rearrange it. I'm not saying I can change. Well, the only thing I'm trying to do is try.
James Mary, a newcomer here. Hope we get him back. And we've got this group from up in Moran that come down here. They get together every summer. I don't know how many more times we're going to get to hear them. But there sure are good musicians. This is a trio called the Buffalo Grass.
We're worn out with playing Mozart, all that stuff. Chick Corea, you know, we did him last week. So we're going to do a bluegrass set tonight.
Oh, thank God.
Are we going to start off with that?
That's all.
Oh, wait. It's gotta...
Okay.
Okay.
You sure you want to do that first?
Sure. Ladies all right.
Yep. First rule of the band. All right, are we ready?
Springtime,
yeah.
When all the flowers were in bloom, and like the flowers our love blossomed, we married in the month of June. Our love is like a burning ember, it warms us as the cold winds blow. We had sunshine in December and grew our roses in the snow.
What's coming?
My darling's buried on the hillside where all the wild spring flowers grow. And when the winter snow starts falling,
That's the wrong guy. Mozart was a little older.
What's G?
This next song I learned from an old Tennessee mountaineer named Mayford Blankenship, and I wish he were here tonight to sing it. It's a song about place, which Southerners are kind of into, but I think Westerners must be as well. This one's called Smoky Mountain Memories.
Get you all teared up.
You can hear too, huh? Smoky Mountain memories about my home in Tennessee. Yesterday keeps calling me home. Mountains rising in my soul, higher than the dreams I've known. Misty-eyed, they cling to me in my Smoky Mountain memories. On old gray man, let's play it as it goes. This is brand new, bro. On old gray man. Okay, we got it. An old gray man. We're gonna do this, yeah. With a dog asleep.
Yeah, but you gotta start so fast. It's not in.
An old gray man with a dog asleep at his feet plays a worn-out fiddle full of memories. He smiles with his eyes, but the lines on his face tell me much more than the tunes he plays. It's different. Smoky Mountain memories, pretty girls in Tennessee. I was such a fool to leave. We were all alone. Think about her in my dreams, wondering if she thinks of me. I'll always hold her close to me in my Smoky Mountain memories. Make it Jerome. You got that hard part.
You did it so gracefully.
So, mister, play your fiddle, please. Play some mountain memories. I've been down that lonely road, so far from home. Nothing left to hold on to. I had some plans, but they fell through. Now there's nothing left for me but my Smoky Mountain memories. Smoky Mountain memories about my home in Tennessee. Yesterday keeps calling me home. Mountains rising in my soul, higher than the dreams I've known. Misty-eyed, they cling to me in my Smoky Mountain memories. Make it. was calling me home. Mountains rising in my soul, higher than the dreams I've known. Misty eyed, they cling to me in my Smoky Mountain memory.
Okay. Singing with these two is kind of like driving Mario Andretti to the airport, isn't it? There's this old bluegrass song, old standard called Little Maggie. We haven't done it all summer. Hello, Gary.
Done that ever.
Jack's been after me to sing this song. I don't know why, but we're going to try it because of lack of. I guess we just run shorter songs. Why don't we just kick it off the Banjo Man in key of A? Is that what we're doing? Oh boy, we got.
Leonidas.
You know the definition, true definition of perfect pitch is? Anybody have any idea? Perfect pitch? I hate to do this to you, Jack. But perfect pitch is when you stand back 20 feet and you throw a gold-plated banjo at a dumpster and it never touches the sides.
You know what you have when you have 6 gold-plated banjos and 1 Martin guitar?
What?
One darn guitar too many.
Now we can do our song, huh? Oh, young stands little Maggie with a dram glass in her hand. She's drinking down all the trouble and caught with another man. For the last time I saw little Maggie, she's sitting on the banks of a stream with a four around her and a banjo on her knee. Oh, how could I ever stand to see them pretty blue eyes? Was sparkling like a diamond in the sky. Oh, yeah, stand little Maggie, sing high. She's drinking away all the trouble and courting another man. Take it again.
Oh, boy. You know, they're not as serious as they used to be. I don't know whether there's a family feud going on there, or maybe it's a soap opera, I don't know. Buffalo Grass, up in Moran. Oh, Cabin Fever, maybe that's what it is. Hey, our next performer came up from Texas, and he's a dancer out at the Stagecoach and just about every Sunday. Plays mandolin, we just saw that. Plays guitar, sings some awfully nice songs. Gary Smith.
Well, we get the buffalo grass right back up here. You would?
What goes around comes around, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Gonna do a song called Wild Bill Jones.
Kick that off again.
As I went down to take a little walk upon that Wild Bill Jones, walking and a-talking with my own true love, and I bid him to leave her alone. He said, my age is 21, too old to be controlled. I pulled my pistol from my side, and I destroyed that poor boy's soul. Boxcar chair. I got no friends or kinfolks here, no one to go my bail. I'll pass that long neck bottle around, drink up while I'm still free. Today was the last for Wild Bill Jones, tomorrow'll be the last for me. Thank you. I'm gonna get Bill Briggs up here to help me on one.
Ghosts.
This is called You Are My Flower. It's an old Carter family song. It's in G, anybody wants to hum along.
Let me get that straight.
Okay.
Get them straight.
No, it's just deadly.
G.
It's supposed to be on the ridge.
Hello, Bill?
It's fairly close.
Okay. Here we go again. You are my flower that's blooming in the mountains so high. You are my flower that's blooming there for me. When summertime is gone and the snow begins to fall, you can sing this song and say the one and all. You are my flower that's blooming in the mountains so high. You are my flower that's blooming there for me. So wear a smile, life will be worthwhile. Forget the tears and don't forget to smile. You are my flower that's blooming in the mountain so high. You are my flower that's blooming there for me. You are my flower that's blooming in the mountain so high. You are my flower that's blooming there for me. Thank you. Thank you. This about a cowboy that leaving Cheyenne, going to Montana, rodeo. Got an old paint horse that's too old to make the trip. So he's riding another paint and leading another horse. It's called Leaving Cheyenne. I ride an old paint, leading old Dan, going to Montana for to throw the hula hand. There's feast. Let me get this thing right. I ride an old paint, leading old Dan, going to Montana for to throw the hula hand. There's feed in the coolies, water in the draw. Their tails is all matted and their backs is all raw. Cheyenne. Goodbye, old paint. I'm a leaving Cheyenne, leaving Cheyenne. Going to Montana. Goodbye, old paint. I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Jones had 2 daughters and a son. Son went to Denver and the daughters went wrong. His wife, she got killed in a pool room fight, yet he still sings from morning till night. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne, leaving Cheyenne. Going to Montana, goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. When I die, take my saddle from the wall, put it on my pony, lead him out of the stall, tie my bones to his back, point our faces to the west, we'll ride the prairie that we love the best. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne. Goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne, leaving Cheyenne. Going to Montana, goodbye, old paint, I'm a leaving Cheyenne.
Gary Smith, and another one of our performers out at the Stagecoach for a number of years, 10 years I think. He played with us. This is his 112th performance here. Mr. John Cook.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, that's good. I had a gal, oh what a gal. Her name was Sadie Brown. I took her out just right about when the moon was shining down. We'd sit alone when we got home, out on the old porch swing, and then that little miss would steal a kiss, as softly to her I would sing. Sadie, my little lady, I love no one but you. Sadie, my little lady, won't you say you love me too? We'll be married in June, have a long honeymoon, then settle down for life. Sadie, my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? Now comes the sad part. I had a gal, she was no pal. She left me one fine day. I didn't mind, 'cause I find they most always do that way. So I went out just to look about, another gal to find. And in less than a day I found Sadie Mae. I hand her the same old line. Sadie, my little lady, I love no one but you. be married in June, have a long honeymoon, then settle down for life. Say, my little lady, won't you come and be my wife? Won't you come and be my ball and chain? Jack, where's Karen? Is she in hearing? I told her to be here. I'm going to tell the bass player joke now. There she is. Okay. I want to make this as short as I can, but I don't think I've told this when Karen was here. And they made a lot of fun of guitars and banjos, you know, so fair is fair. This is the short.
Have you ever made fun of guitars and banjos? It's always those guys.
Well, you're playing with those guys. I mean, okay, there's a fella shipwrecked off the coast of Africa, and he swims and lands up on the beach, and he just collapses unconscious. When he wakes up, the natives have found him, and they take him to their village, and they take care of him, and they feed him, and the nice women come around and fan him and everything like this, and it's great, except that there's these drums out in the jungles, you know, and they're just going all the time. And when he gets well enough to get up, he's introduced to the chief. And he says, Chief, I really appreciate you, saving my life and taking care of me. I just have one question. What is with the drums? And the chief says, when drums stop, very bad. And the drums just keep on day after day. And they're getting, the guy's strength is coming back, and they're preparing to make a little group of people to go with him and take him out to the nearest settlement. And the day comes for him to leave, and the drums have been going now for 3 weeks. And he's just about ready to say goodbye to the chief, and the drums stop.
Very bad. Here.
And he says, Chief, what does it mean? He says, very bad, very bad. Now comes the bass solo. Come all you people, listen to my song. Going to St. Louis, but I won't be long, 'cause I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. Hello, Central, what's the matter with your line? I got to talk to that gal of mine, and I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. Sergeant Jones, chief of police, women down here won't give me no peace, and I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. I ain't the baker, I'm not his son, but I can bake your bread till the baker man come, and I'm wild about my loving. I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. I ain't the fireman, I'm not his son, but I can keep you warm till the fireman come. And I'm wild about my loving, I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. Come all you people, listen to my song. Going to St. Louis, but I won't be long. And I'm wild about my loving, I like to have my fun. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. Wanna be a girl of mine, bring it with you when you come. I'm going to have Hank Phibbs and Dave Long come up here and help me out with this song, which okay, this is a new song for me, but an old song for Hank Williams. I can settle down, and I'm doing just fine, till I hear that old freight rolling down the line. Then I hurry straight home and pack, and if I didn't go, I believe I'd blow my stack. I love you, babe, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made me, he made a rambling man. Some people say that I'm no good, that I wouldn't settle down if I could. But when that open road starts to call in me, there's something o'er the hill that I gotta see. Sometimes it's hard, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made me, he made a rambling man. I love to see the towns pass by and ride these rails beneath God's blue sky. Let me travel this land from the mountains to the sea, 'cause that's the life I believe he meant for me. And when I'm gone and by my grave you stand, just say God's called home,
John Cook, our righter of all wrongs. We've got a fellow that's been traveling up into Montana. I guess went up to Alaska, as a matter of fact. But he's back around now and going to settle back in over in Kelly. This is John Stematellos.
I'm going to change things a little bit here on my format. I just found out that a friend of mine is going to have a baby, and today's my daughter's birthday too. So there's a couple of wonderful things going on. So I'm just going to do this little thing here, and I call it Angela Kate. Can you hear that all right, maybe? There's been a lot of talk about cowboys up here earlier in the deal, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they call them a vanishing breed. You know, they write books and paint pictures and talk like they're all dying out, like dinosaurs going to seed. But that's my friends you're talking about, like Jerome from Moran Junction, carved out a way of life where only the toughest prevail. He's who knows how old and counting, and his sons and daughters now follow his trail. And Mike, who still ain't got married, home in the seat of a saddle. Sagebrush aristocrats. I reckon that's how they'll be buried, horseback, still wearing their hats. And Brian and Albert and Floyd, and all those guys. Cowmen who's good as legends to whom their livelihoods linked, who'd be just a little annoyed to know that their lives were considered extinct. Some say they're endangered species, destined to fade into footnotes, like ropes that never get throwed. To that I reply, bullfaces. They're just hard to see from the road. This is a tune by George Jones and Roger Miller, I think. Something like that. It's called Tall, Tall Trees. If you want to drive a long limousine, I'll buy you the longest one you ever seen. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. If you want to own a great big mansion, I'll give you my utmost attention. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. I'm a fool over you. It may take a while, but I'll prove it's true. Well, if it's money you want, I'll get it. If it's loving you want, I'll got it. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool, fool. Hey, does that go like that? If you want to take a trip across the ocean, I'll travel anywhere you take a notion. I'll buy you tall, tall trees and all the waters in the seas. I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. Hey, okay. I'm just learning that song, so it's really an interesting deal. I'm going to have these folks come up here, and they're very influential people. I can use all the help I can get. So.
Let us look on the other side.
Yeah, well, somebody on the other side, too. Yeah. This is a Hank Williams tune called Dear John, and I'd like everybody to help along like these guys here. And when I say that's all she wrote, Dear John, I sent your saddle home. Everybody can do that, okay? Dear John, I go, Dear John, I sent your saddle home.
It takes a lot of practice, but you can get this.
When I woke up this morning, morning, there was a note upon my door. Said, don't make me no coffee, babe, 'cause I won't be home no more. And that's all she wrote. Dear John, I sent your saddle home. Well, I went down to the bank this morning. The cashier said with a grin, I feel so sorry for you, Hank, 'cause your wife is done denying. And that's all she wrote. Dear John, I sent your saddle home. Joe and I got along in a billy of the way. Danny Little Lion's den. But I know a guy didn't try to get along, and he won't get a chance again. And that's all she wrote. Dear John, I sent your saddle home. Now my gal's tall and pretty, she's strong as she can be. If that little old gal of mine ever gets a hold of me, then that's all she wrote. Dear John, I sent your saddle home.
That's John Stematellis and his band. We're going to take us a break, and we'll be back in 15 minutes, and we'll have a whole new slate of people to sing for you. See you then.
All right, if everyone could take your seats, we'll get started with the second half of the evening. Thank you. We'll get started with the rest of the entertainers right now. I see it is not quite as crowded as it was in the first half. So I presume a lot of people were able to get in who had been waiting outside. If so, welcome. Glad you could finally get in here. We have been very, very fortunate that people enjoy the Hootenannies and come up here actually quite early. I know some people are getting here at 5:15, 5:30 to get a seat and get their hand stamped so they can eat at the chuck wagon and get back in. If you were not here on the first half, we do want to ask a couple things. We always do this. First is, please, no smoking in here for the rest of the evening. And the second thing is that since this is acoustic folk music, which is listening type music, we invite everyone to join us in the Dornan tradition of not talking while the performers are on the stage. We do not have a very big PA system here. And I don't know why, but the one we have isn't working all that well this evening, so please bear with us tonight. We're going to start out the second half with a man from down in Colorado, from little town of Kiowa. And he plays the mountain dulcimer. And this is his second time here on the stage. Please welcome Carl Herbst.
Okay.
This takes a minute to get saddled up. You'd rather hear this than me.
Yeah, we're going to need to hear voice if you're going to sing.
I'm not singing.
Oh.
Oh, no. Now, you guys get a break tonight. I'm going to play a couple of real old songs, and then I'll play a medley of some old songs, and you'll probably recognize some of them. I've forgotten the names of them. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. That was my favorite pick, too. I think I'll start with a different song.
sing a couple of songs, but they're not quite as good as that was. There's Carl Herbst. And we've got more Highlands coming tonight. This is Steve and the whole family. I don't know how many that's going to include, but Steve Hyler and the whole family.
We're actually a very big family, and it's not the entire whole family here. Yeah, it's the Carter family. They'll be up here shortly. It's a song, a friend of mine is a folk singer in Maine. We live in Maine, my wife and I, who she picked up while on tour in England from a pub. And she couldn't find out who wrote it, but it's a good song. And it's got a good chorus, so I'll try and teach you the chorus to begin with. It's a little catchy. All I want is a proper cup of coffee served in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. Now you've got that, right? Should I do it again? That's not the song yet. That's just the refrain, right? We'll do it again. All I want is a proper cup of coffee served in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. You got that, right? The Sultan sat on his oriental mat on his... The Sultan sat on his oriental mat with his harem in High Street, Persia. He had a sip of his coffee just a drip, and he said to his buddy, "Ah, curse ya, curse ya, curse ya, curse ya. That's the horriblest coffee in Persia. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." King Solomon and the Queen of Carry-On, you've read in the ancient scandals. He bought her lots of silver coffee pots with diamond spouts and handles. But said the Queen of Sheba, "I'd rather have any old tea bag. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea." Now a little faster. All I want is a proper cup of coffee made in a proper copper coffee pot. I may be off my dot, but I want a cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot. Iron coffee pots and tin coffee pots ain't no use to me. If I can't have a proper cup of coffee from a proper copper coffee pot, I'll have a cup of tea. Now, many of you have been here with my father singing for a number of years, and back up here. And you may or may not know family history, but before my grandmother came to Jackson Hole in 1926, a little ways before that, she'd been born and raised in North Carolina, and her sister, Robert, now it was a southern family, and my great-grandfather wanted a son, and he didn't get one, so he named his daughter Robert. And she became a folk singer and collected songs in North Carolina, in the Carolinas and in Tennessee. And this is one that she taught my father and me when I was about 12, and she said that as far as she knew, she was the only one in the world that knew this song. Now there's a good reason, as you will hear when you hear the song, but my father's going to accompany me on this, and you'll understand. It's a pretty weird song, but she collected it, I think, do you remember when? Way, long time ago, maybe in the 20s or earlier.
When I was a small boy, about 60.
There's a man in this here town. He's right?
Yep.
There's a man in this here town, and he's knock-kneed, and he's bow-legged. I can't do nothing when he's around, 'cause he's jimmy-jawed and he's slew-footed. He's got a yeller hat and he's got a yeller vest, and some dark night he'll be laid to rest. On a dark night with a lead pipe. Oh, my darling, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Oh, my Donny, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Now there's a gal in this here town, she's my darling, she's my Donny. I can't do nothing when she's around, she's my honey, she's my baby. Gonna play craps, and if I'm right, gonna dress my baby clear out of sight in laces and slippers and dresses. Oh, my darling, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Oh, my Donny, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Now standing on the corner don't do no harm with my darling, with my Donny. But along come a fellow and he grabbed me by the arm, by my honey, with my baby. I take out my razor and I give him a fling, and when he knowed he's up again the real thing, he was sorry that he tried for. Oh, my darling, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Oh, my Donny, tell me true, do you love me as I love you? Now, if you don't stop fooling around, my Donny, I'll tell you what I'm going for to do. I was gonna fool around your heart with my razor and cut you half in two and cut you half in two. I ain't gonna shoot you with a pistol. I ain't gonna cut you with a knife. I was gonna fool around your heart with a razor and cut you half in two and cut you half in two. That's her song. And the last one is with my wife, Helene, and it's a song by our friend Ann Dodson. And I need a crib sheet, so you just have to bear with me. Never have a bath till you need one, you know just what I mean. Never have a bath till you need one, it only makes you clean. Way out west in Wyoming, that's where men are men. But they never need a bath till they need one, and they never even have one then. Mr. Potts the parson preaches from noon till Ned knows when, but he never has a bath till he needs one, and he never even has one then. Here where we live in Jackson, we may take a shower every now and then, but we never take a bath when we need one, and we never even have one then. Never have a bath till you need one, you know just what I mean. Never have a bath till you need one, it only makes you clean. Way out west in Wyoming, that's where men are men. But they never have a bath till they need one, and they never even have one then.
Steve Hyler, funny man. And family. Hey, we've got a treat tonight. It's been quite a while since these people have been up on our stage, but I don't know quite why they came up with this particular name, but they're all from down at the courthouse, and they were sitting around, and while the jury was out, I think they practiced music just to have something to do. Anyway, the judge and the whole kit and caboodle are here. This is the jury's out.
Break it up.
You come to judge.
Like this?
While everybody's getting set up here, I'd like to remind you all that the Targhee Bluegrass Festival is this weekend, and Del McCurry is outstanding. We've seen him, Allison Krause in Union Station, Loose Ties. There's lots of good players there, so everybody show up and support bluegrass.
This is not quite all of the jury's out, so I don't know if we were talking about trying to name ourselves in the back. We came up with a few other names.
Mistrial.
Mistrial. I thought about hung jury, but it would offend Loretta there. So maybe
It doesn't offend me at
maybe it's
all.
the jury's almost out. Is what we decided we were going to do here. We decided tonight we're going to do some of the ones we just really enjoy ourselves. So these are some of our favorite songs. It'd be sort of like a guy telling a joke to himself. He just snickers all along. Hope you laugh with us a little bit. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of old San Antonio, where in dreams I live with a memory beneath the stars alone. It was there I found beside the Alamo enchantment strange as the blue up above, a moonlit past that only she would know, still in my broken song love. Moon in all your splendor, known only to my heart, call back my rose, rose of San Antone, lips so sweet and tender, like petals fall apart, speak once again of my love, my own. Broken song, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit passed by the Alamo and rose my rose of San Antone. Moon in all your splendor, known only to my heart, call back my rose, rose of San Antone, lips so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart, speak once again of my love, my own. Broken song, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit passed by the Alamo and rose my rose of San Antone. Moon in all your splendor, known only to my heart, call back my rose, rose of San Antone, lips so sweet and tender, like petals falling apart, speak once again of my love, my own. Broken song, empty words I know, still live in my heart all alone. For that moonlit passed by the Alamo and rose my rose of San Antone, and rose my rose of San Antone, and rose my rose of San Antone. This one changes the tempo a little bit. Kind of combines some of our favorites, which are a little bluegrass, a little country, and a little more rock and roll a little bit. From one of our favorite performers, a little Marty Stewart tune here called Blue I'm Lonesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Train going by makes me want to stop and cry. I recall the day it took you away. I'm blue, I'm lonesome too. Well, when I hear that whistle blow, I want to pack my suitcase and go. The lonesome side of a train going by makes me want to stop and cry.
blue, I'm lonesome too. Well, when I hear that whistle blow, I wanna pack my suitcase and go. The lonesome sigh of a train going by makes me wanna stop and cry. These lonesome blues I just can't lose. I'm blue, I'm lonesome too. Well, when I hear that lonesome whistle blow, I wanna pack my suitcase and go. Lonesome side of a train going by makes me wanna stop and cry. Makes me wanna stop and cry.
So we got a couple other people joining us for this next song. Gary and John.
Is there a cheat sheet?
Not mine. Is that good for you? Testing?
This kind of gives us the feel of practicing in the bathroom with the acoustics just right. We all get crowded into the stall here together.
Poor little Gary here, he's like nobody can see him because he's in the back.
You got to step in there.
Everybody in sync. Everybody in sync. Sit down. Nice and slow. I've been accused of rushing this song. Ready?
Well, Mary took to running with the traveling man, left the mama crying with her head in her hands. Such a sad case, so broken-hearted. She said, Mama, gotta go, gotta get out of here, gotta get out of town, tired of hanging around, gotta roll on between the ditches. It's just an ordinary story about the way things go, round and around, nobody knows, but the highway goes on forever.
Forever. That old highway rolls on forever.
But she never would have done it if she hadn't got drunk, if she hadn't started running with the traveling man, if she hadn't started taking those crazy chances. She said, daughter, let me tell you about the traveling kind. Everywhere they go in such a very short time, they'll be long gone before you know it.
Before you know it.
You'll be long gone before you know it. She said, never ever known it when it felt so good. Never ever knew it when I knew I could. Never ever done it when it looked so right. Leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. Down in the swamp where anything goes. It's alligator bait and the bars don't close. It's a real thing down in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Did you ever see a Cajun when he really got mad? When he really got trouble like a daughter gone bad? It's real hot down in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
All straight to better move it or he's gonna get killed. He's gonna have to get it or a shotgun will. It ain't no time for lengthy speeches.
No, there ain't no time for lengthy speeches.
She said, never ever known it when it felt so good. Never ever knew it when I knew I could. Never ever done it when it looked so right. Leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. She said, never ever known it when it felt so good. Never ever knew it when I knew I could. Never ever done it when it looked so right. Leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. Leaving Louisiana in the broad daylight. It's just an ordinary story about the way things go. Round and around, nobody knows, but the highway goes on forever.
On forever.
water.
Thank you.
Gonna need a bigger stage. All right, that's the jury's out.
Thank you, sir. That's a very good entertainment.
2/3 of the jury's out. Hank Phibbs,
Very nice.
Terry Rogers, and Bill and Loretta Westbrook. Our next gal comes up here once a month or so. It's her 6th time with us here tonight. Please welcome Virginia Fortner.
Does it seem like the summer's going fast?
No.
Well, for those of you for which it is going fast,
Whatever you do, I think it's gonna be beautiful anyway.
okay, we'll change the pace a little bit. Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow. Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a callow and tender fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, follow. Try to remember when life was so tender that no one wept except the willow. Try to remember when life was so tender that dreams were kept beside your pillow. Try to remember the kind of September when love was an ember about to billow. Try to remember, and if you remember, follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember, although we know the snow will follow. Deep in December, it's nice to remember the fires of March that made us mellow. Deep in December, it's good to remember without a hurt, the heart would be hollow. Deep in December, our hearts should remember and follow. I learned this one as a folk song, and then when I went to college and took lessons and learned not to sing through my nose, they told me that it was an 18th century art song. So I'll teach you the chorus and you can go home and sing an 18th century art song. You've probably heard it before. The joys of love endure but for a day. The pain endure but for a day. The pain of true loving throughout a lifetime will stay. Try it with me. The joys of love endure but for a day. The pain of true loving throughout a lifetime will stay. My love loves me, and all the wonders I see. A rainbow shines in my window. My love loves me. The joys of love. Can you do a harmony? Endure but for a day. That's nice. The pain of true loving throughout a lifetime will stay. Your eyes kissed mine. I saw the light in them shine. You taught me heaven right then when your eyes kissed mine. The joys of love endure but for a day. The pain of true loving throughout a lifetime will stay. Plaisir d'amour ne dure qu'un moment. Chagrin d'amour dure toute la vie. The joys of love endure but for a day. The pain of true loving throughout a lifetime will stay. You sound good. Since I was here last, I've covered about 3,000 miles. We've followed the, I say Nez Perce because that's what they said at the powwow, but I hear most of you say Nez Perce around here. Anyway, we follow the Nez Perce Trail and would gather around the campfire, spend a night in a teepee, and after we'd sing the fun songs and the silly songs and the tragic songs and the songs my dad taught me, we'd end up singing the sad love songs. Well, I don't know for sure that this is a sad love song, but it seems to me it is, and I know you all know it, so let's hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. He met her on the mountain. There he took her life. Met her on the mountain. Stuck her with his knife. Now, down. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Poor boy, you're bound to die. About this time tomorrow, reckon where he'll be. Down in some lonesome valley, hanging from a live oak tree. Go ahead and sing it. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head and cry.
Virginia Fortner. Our next performer comes into town once a summer, but he was born here. He's native, Jackson Hole, and played with us at the Stagecoach for a number of years. They had a group that used to start things up at the $1 Million Cowboy Bar in the afternoons, which was a great group with John Seidel, whatnot. Brent's been down in Nashville now for a number of years, making a living as a musician in Nashville. Please welcome Brent Moyer.
Thanks. Got a great little hootenanny going up here. It's kind of cool. Bill failed to mention I'm going to be up here on the 5th and 6th of September doing a little concert, and my good buddy Jerry Lynn's going to join me, and we're going to have some fun, and hope y'all can come out. We got some tickets behind the bar, just as tonight. Anyway, there's a new song I played for John downstairs, and he said, play this blues song for my buddies from Barcelona. Where are you guys at? It's called I Never Felt the Blues Till You Said Goodbye. I heard the blues, I like the beat. They play them all night down on Beale Street. I've always dug them, but I don't know why. Well, I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. Wore out my shoes trying to track you down. All I got was that same old run around. Gypsy read my poem, she started to cry. She knew I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. They made me leave the Rum Boogie Cafe. Said they couldn't stand to see me carrying on that way. I've had some heartaches, twice my size, but I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. I've been to Memphis, I sang the blues, sung records, a riverboat cruise, knelt down in Graceland, tears in my eyes, but I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. Hotel. Saw a wino in the alley with his last pint of blood for sale. You know I've been so low, street curbs looked high, but I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. Oh, I never felt the blues till you said goodbye. Never felt the blues. I'd like to acknowledge my co-writer on that song, a fella, pretty famous country singer in his own right, but a great writer, a guy named Razzie Bailey. If you remember a song called 9,999,999 Tears to Cry, that was his song. Anyway, a buddy and myself, we were traveling back from Florida, last year one time, after playing some gigs, and we decided we'd stop in Georgiana, Alabama. That's where Hank Williams was born. So we went into town and kind of got a little vibe of it. Saw the train tracks coming down the center of the town. Checked it out. Saw the house where he was living and everything. But later that night we wrote this song, actually finished this song, and we saw a big shooting star and we thought it was a was a real omen. It wasn't just a big shooting star, it was a humongous one. It just covered the sky. Anyway, the name of the song is called Some Lucky Stardust. Maybe it'll fall here tonight. Well, there's always a little stardust falling from the sky, making magic happen here beneath the heavens high. If you try hard enough to make your dream come true, someday some lucky stardust is gonna fall on you. Everybody wonders when their time comes. Out of all the winners, who'll be the lucky one? Oh, it's written in the stars if you believe in what you do. Someday some lucky stardust is gonna fall on There's always a little stardust falling from the sky, making magic happen here beneath the heavens high. If you try hard enough to make your dream come true, someday some lucky stardust is gonna fall on you. Yes, if you believe with all your heart in everything you do, someday some lucky stardust is gonna fall on you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. This little buddy over here, mine over there, Jack Sally, plays that banjo mighty fine, and thought you might just like to hear a little bit more banjo picking tonight. What do you think? You just want to do something like Foggy Mountain Breakdown song? We tried to do this downstairs a little. Reminded me of an old song I made up one time. It's called The Snaky Little Lady from Tennessee. Oh, that's a little, excuse me. A little out tune. Anyway, we'll just kind of jam around on it for a while. She's gone. See her one more time before I die. Wanna take her in my arms. That's my snake of the lady, Tennessee. Hey, my pretty little baby, Tennessee. Tell me things I love to hear. That's my
That's our lead. Thank you very much. All right. Brett Moyer. Hey, we've got one more performer, and then we're going to go another round of one song each. This fellow started with us from the very beginning, went away for a little while up to Portland, Oregon. Back here now, steady on with us every Monday night. Eric Moore.
Hey, all right.
Thanks a lot. Been MIA here for a few weeks here with a bum thumb. One of the hazards of the boating profession, I guess. So, haven't been playing too much lately, so I hope this goes all right. Anyway, this is an old Big Bill Brunsey song called Hey Hey. I sure do love you, but I ain't gonna be your dog. Around you, baby, well, all I can say is hey. Hey, you lost your good thing now. Lost your good thing now. You had me fooled, but I found it out somehow. Thanks a lot. This is a mellow song, one for sitting down. Pennies in the stream, falling leaves of sycamore, the moonlight in Vermont, icy finger waves The ski trails down a mountainside, the snow light over the grove arms, telegraph cables, they sing down the highway and follow each bend in the road. People who meet in this romantic setting are so hypnotized by lovely evening, summer breeze, warbling of a meadowlark, moonlight in Vermont. You and I and moonlight in Vermont. Once I lived the life of a millionaire. I spent all my money and didn't have no cares. I took all my friends out for a mighty good time. I bought them champagne, bootleg, and liquor and wine. And then I began to fall so low. I didn't have no one to turn to, no place to go. If I ever get my hands on the dollar again, gonna hold on to it until that old eagle grins, because nobody knows you when you're down and out. In my pocket there's not one penny, and when it comes to friends, you know I don't have any. But when I get back on my feet again, well, everybody wants to be my long-lost friend. So I say, it's strange without any doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and you're out. Nobody knows you when you're down and you're out. In my pocket there's not one penny, and when it comes to friends, you know I don't have any. But when I get back on my feet again, well, everybody wants to be my long-lost friend. So I say, it's strange without any doubt that nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Well, nobody knows you when you're down and you're out. Thank you.
That was Eric Moore. And as Bill said, since we seem to have a fair amount of time left, we're going to do a quick second round of everyone, one song each. So we're going to start off once again with Bill Briggs.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get all of the Stagecoach Band alumni. Yeah.
We don't have any alumni except Christine and Mike and Christine and Kathy are the alumni.
Hey, I don't know, is Bretton Ware still around?
He is, but we don't know where.
That's G.
I'm gonna stand over here because you guys will get the slow downs and this places where it stops and things like that. I'll do this. Cuts her off completely. When you play, I'll step over.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the year may have more than one season, yet I can remember but one, when rivers and lakes are a-freezing, and the mountains in whiteness are spun, when snowflakes are falling so fast, and winter has come here at last. Towards the cold powder snow, oh, the craziest song that I know. Towards the cold powder snow, oh, what else does a man need to know? Shining track on the hill. What's happened you don't understand. There's 2 splintered boards in your hand. 2 boards upon cold powder snow. Oh, the craziest song that I know. 2 boards upon cold powder snow. Oh, what else does a man need to know? Spring with its torrents and thunder destroys winter's magical god, and the world from the snow that it's under awakes to a nightmare of mud. The skier all coughing and sweating, climbing a mountain and sea. 2 boards upon cold powder snow, oh, the craziest song that I know. 2 boards upon cold powder snow, oh, what else does a man need to know? Now if women and government taxes take everything else that I own, 2 boards and a couple of waxes, and I'm off in the mountains alone. If death finds me there in the spring, to inscribe on my tomb what I see. 2 boards on cold powder snow, oh, the craziest song that I know. 2 boards upon cold powder snow, oh, what else does a man need to know? Will Bassett hasn't played with us for a great many years, but we used to hold down the Stagecoach Bar there for a number of years with Ron Scott.
My framing pen.
Anyway, Hank Phibbs is now playing with us out there. John Cook used to play. And Brent, whenever he comes along, he's been playing with us. He's there now about every Sunday now for a while.
Bill Briggs and the Stagecoach Band, fellas. All right, next, once again, please welcome Jack Hyler.
I couldn't play in a band and nobody can play with me because I'm not sure what I'm doing. I don't know the names of any of the chords, I just do them. Now, to follow that, I need all of you to sing. The chorus is this. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror because I get better looking each day. I used to have a girlfriend, but I guess she just couldn't compete with all of those love-starved women that keep hanging around my feet. I suppose I could find me another, but they're all in awe of me. Who cares? I never get lonesome, 'cause I treasure my own company. Oh, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. I reckon I'm just a cowboy, independent, a loner, and proud. I could have lots of friends if I wanted, but then I wouldn't stand out from the crowd. Some folks say I'm egotistical. Hell, I don't even know what that means. I guess it has something to do with the way that I fill out my skin tight blue jeans. Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can. Thank
you. He's supposed to be ready and tuned.
86. It's hard to run the video camera and be ready at the same time. Is Bob Dornan still holding forth back there?
Goddamn right I am.
All right. All right. A friend of mine gave me 10 little bottles of some special stuff that he had brewed up all himself. And I took it home and I hid it down in the basement. But my wife found out about it and she told me to get rid of it or else. Since I didn't like the way that she said or else, I proceeded to carry out her instructions. I picked up the 10 little bottles and I put them on the drain board and picked up the first bottle and I pulled the cork out of it and poured it down the drain. all except one little swallow, which I drink. Well, I picked up the next bottle and I pulled the cork out of it and I poured it down the drain. All except one little swallow, which I drink. I picked up the next bottle and I pulled the sink out of it and I poured it down the cork. All except one little swallow, which I drink. I picked up the next cork and I pulled the sink out of it and I poured it down the bowl. All except one little swallow, I think. Well, by this time, then 10 little bottles of mine. Let's see now. How many bottles I got left? Which I drink. Now I'm asking you, wasn't that a terrible thing for my wife to make me do? Bless her little heart. Bless her little heart. And I'm telling you one thing, Buster. You better not say nothing against my wife, 'cause I'll have you know that I got the wifest little nice that you ever saw in your, which I drink.
It's a masterpiece. Oh, God. It reminds me of my younger days. Oh, hey, we got James Murray back.
Now that Grandma's gone, I'm going to play some Nirvana for you. Just kidding. Grandpa was sick to death nearly every day. No particular reason, well, he just dressed that way. With a brown necktie, matching vest, both swing tip shoes. Built a closet on our back porch, put a penny in a burned out fuse. And Grandpa was a carpenter, built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoking with cigarettes while he hammered nails in planks. He was a level on the level, chained even every door. And he voted for Eisenhower, cause Lincoln won the war. Well, he used to, well, Grandpa, yeah, you get the words down here, right? I just can't remember him now. Should do a different song. Well, I'll skip that verse, I guess. Well, my grandma was a teacher, went to school in Bowling Green. Traded in her milk cow for a singer sewing machine. She called her husband Mister. She walked real tall and bright. Used to buy me comic books after Grandpa died. Grandpa was a carpenter, built houses, stores, and banks. Chain smoking with cigarettes, hammered nails and planks. What the level on the level, shaped even every door. And he voted for Eisenhower, cause Lincoln won the war.
James Murray. Couldn't have that boy long. And we get this husband and wife team up here, they're cute, you know. This is Karen and Jack Sully and Jerome Young. Buffalo Grass.
All right.
He won't put it in. Got two of these. This in your way? We have Dave up here to help us out on the mandolin. Hey, Dave. You ready?
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There'll be no sickness, no toil or danger, that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to meet my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. Yeah. I know dark clouds may gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep. No beauteous fields lie just before me. God's redeemed, their vigil keep. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through
Buffalo Grass. Very fine musicians. All right, and we have back our boy from Texas, Gary Smith.
It's a tough act to follow, that Buffalo Grass. This is a song about a poker game. It's called the Great Strip Poker Massacre. Well, deuces and jokers, jacks with one eye, antes and nickel and aces are high. Poker by the light of a candle. If our parents found out, there'd be a scandal. Well, the tent flap blew open, and to our surprise, stood a vision of loveliness before our eyes. With paint on her toenails and dime store perfume, stand back, boys, and give her some room. Well, Linda, the sweetheart of my junior high, with her hair up in curlers and fuzz on her thighs, said, good evening, boys, I was just passing by. Sweet Linda, won't you come inside? Well, being a covey of red-blooded beaux, we soon talked old Linda into playing for clothes. But as the evening blew by in a whir, the only one left with clothes on was her. She said, look at here, fellas, now ain't I your friend? I can't let you walk home with your buns in the wind. Show you that I'm not a creep. I'm gonna sell your clothes back real cheap. Well, it's a nickel a sock and a dime for a shoe. Shirts are $1 and breeches are $2. You can pay me at school when the morning bell sounds. You don't want the news spread around. Oh, Linda, the sweetheart of my junior high, the hair up in curlers and fuzz on her thighs, said, good evening, boys, was just passing by. Sweet Linda, won't you come inside? Well, Linda's in Reno and blackjack's her game. She plays for the house, but she wins just the same. She's not hard to find, my friends. Just look for a table of stark naked men. Thank you.
Gary Smith, songs of his youth. Gary Smith. Okay, and we have back into this again, John Cook.
John. And Mr. Brent Moyer. I don't know whether, I don't think Brent mentioned it, but he's playing here on the 5th and 6th of September. 2 days, so you have no excuse that your aunt was getting married on one of them, you know. What days of the week are those, by the way?
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
No, Thursday and Friday.
Monday and Tuesday. One of them, you know, there's 7 days and it's 2 of them. And they're numbered 5 and 6, so. Okay. I said to Brent, right after Buffalo Grass was up here, I said, right after this song, let's run downstairs and run over this song we're going to do together. And he said, no, that's all right. Let's just go up there and do it. So here we are. What are we doing?
Oh, okay, never mind. Just outside of Gainesville, Texas, and we're going to turn around to the 5, kind of like a 1, a 2, a 3. Ba-down, just outside of Gainesville, Texas, I met in love a girl named Alexis, long blonde hair, the bluest eyes you've seen. That woman loved me more than life. Probably she'd still be my wife if I hadn't drank up all of our plans and dreams. She wanted a home-loving man, not one that lived inside a beer can, but some things never change and never will. Love can't find a common ground. If one of two won't settle down, so I let her go. But Lord, I love her still. So drink a toast to my Alexis. She had a heart as big as Texas. Raise your glasses and take your hats off, please. Set 'em up, it's all on me. This one's to the memory of my sweet Alexis, Gainesville, Texas queen. I'm gonna play the first one. Lived inside a beer can, but some things never change and never will. Love can't find a common ground if one of two won't settle down, so I let her go. Lord, I love her still. So drink a toast to my Alexis. She had a heart as big as Texas. Raise your glasses and take your hats off, please. Set 'em up, it's all on me. This one's to the memory of my sweet Alexis, Gainesville, Texas queen. You take this one by yourself. So drink a toast to my Alexis. She had a heart as big as Texas. Raise your glasses and take your hats off, please. Set 'em up, it's all on me. This one's to the memory of my sweet Alexis, Gainesville, Texas queen. My sweet Alexis, Gainesville, Texas queen.
John Cook, fine song. Hey, we got another John. John Stimatello's back with us.
All right, everybody's still here. All right, do a little different deal here.
is John Stamatellis. And we've got our dulcimer player back, Carl Herbst. Carl Herbst, playing a mountain dulcimer. And we've got, Steve Heiler back. All right, Steve.
Okay, it's another wordy one, and I'm not sure, I haven't practiced this in a long time. I wasn't planning to do another one, so we'll try. You really need a sax in the background, but we don't have one. So but maybe some drums or something. So it's a cappella. Said the signifying monkey to the lion one day, hey, there's a great big elephant down the way. Talking about your mama, I'm sorry to say he's talking about your mama in a scandalous way. Signifying monkey, stay up in your tree. You are always lying and signifying, but you better not monkey with me. Now the lion went down where the tall grass grows, said the elephant, I'm gonna punch you in your long nose. The elephant looked down the grass, surprised, said, you better pick on someone your size. But the lion didn't listen, just sprung from the grass, and the elephant hit him down with a pass. I mean, he beat that lion for the rest of the day, and I still don't see how the lion got away. But he got dragged on off, more dead than alive, and that's when that monkey started his signifying jive. Signifying monkey, this is a refrain. Signifying monkey, stay up in your tree. You are always lying and signifying, but you better not monkey with me. Next chorus, you can do it. Now the monkey looked down, said, ooh-yee, what is that beat-up mess I see? Is that you lying? Well, I declare he sure beat you to a fairly well. You supposed to be king of the jungle, ain't you some stuff? You big overgrown pussycat, don't you roar? I'll jump down there and whoop you some more. So now the monkey got to laughing and jumping up and down, and his foot missed a limb, so he plunged to the ground. Lion was on him with all 4 feet, gonna grind that monkey to hamburger meat. The lion looked up with tears in his eyes, said, please, Mr. Lion, I apologize. Please, Mr. Lion, please let me go, and I'll tell you something you really need to know. Signifying monkey, stay up in your tree. You are always lying and signifying, but you better not monkey with me. Now the lion bent down to hear what he said, and the monkey scampered up a tree and he got away. What I mean to tell you, the monkey shouted then, is if you pick on me, I'll stick the elephant on you again. The lion looked up and said, you jive. If you and your monkey children want to stay alive, up in them trees is where you better stay. And that's where they is to this very day. Signifying monkey, stay up in your tree. You are always lying and signifying, but you better not. No, you better not. You are always lying and signifying, but you better not monkey with me.
Philosophical note there from Steve Heiler. And we're going to finish up with Brent Moyer.
Hey, Brent. Come on, Brent. All right. Hey, Brent.
Hey, Bob, how you doing back there? I see you back there. John's going to help me out because we played this before. It's one of those
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah. I gotta sit down. This is actually a song that wrote for my dad and my mom. They kind of grew up around here and learned how to play some guitars and stuff. And my dad couldn't understand why his only red-blooded son wanted to play this noise, as he'd call it back then. We used to have a little band downstairs there in the basement. He'd get us a couple hours, and about 9 o'clock come in, he'd hear him go, oh, yes, man, that's enough of that noise. So I made a song up. It's called First Class Rocker, raised on the rhythm and blues. You know this, Bill, why don't you come up here? Dang, get that mango out here. Anybody else wants to take along? Now if I was born in a little brown shack, yes, and if I had come from the wrong side of the tracks, just supposing I had holes in the bottom of my walking shoes, well, it wouldn't much matter, 'cause I'd still be picking the blues. And my mama and my papa, they weren't rich, kissing. And every time I'd start picking on my guitar, shit, I heard them all bitch. Told me to cut my hair, go out, get a job, and settle down. So just as quick as I could, well, I got my things together, I left town. All day long, ain't nothing ever gonna make me change my song. 'Cause I'm a first class rocker, raised on the rhythm and blues and a little bluegrass too. Now, I remember hanging around that old cowboy bar down in the hole here a few years ago. I just copping some licks and listened to the banjo play. Well, I'd smoke my brain while sipping on some right good whiskey. Then I'd make it on home, probably crawling but not on my feet. Yeah, then into a coma I would fall, just me and this old guitar. Till the sun come up, I'd be singing from the bottom of my heart. Just getting tired, Lord, I'm dreaming of the day I might fly. Yeah, into your hearts with a tune that's gonna make you cry. So I'm trying to pick out tunes all day long. Ain't nothing ever gonna make me change my song. 'Cause I'm a first class rocker, raised on the rhythm and blues. Play those blues over to John Cook. Brand new Martin guitar. Bill. Well, folks, here we are, just singing this song tonight. Well, it's taken us a long time, but you know, we've been doing all right. You gotta do what you gotta do, no matter what you gotta do. Yes, and as long as you do it right, you might see the light. So that's why I pick out the tunes all day long. Ain't nothing ever gonna make me change my song. 'Cause I'm a first class rocker, raised on the rhythm and blues. One more time. Yeah, I'm gonna pick out the tunes all day long. Ain't nothing ever gonna make me change my song. 'Cause I'm a first class rocker, raised on the rhythm and blues. Hey, thank you very much.
That was Brent Moyer, John Cook, and Bill Briggs.
Hey, Barker.
Yeah.
Bring old Brent up, you guys, for another song here. I mean, Jesus Christ, you got even another.
Let's do it. Because today
How you doing, Russ? You know, I want to throw a wrinkle in the old program here, Bob. Gee, Benny Christmas. They run a tight ship up here, man. Do you know what I can take your Yeah.
Get up there.
We're going to play it. John's going to sing it. I'll sing a verse, you sing a verse.
C, eh?
Yeah. You do it C?
Yeah, what the hell's the second verse? You're gonna have to help me about halfway. Ain't gonna ride no rails, hitchhike down no highway. I ain't going nowhere, feeling the way I do. My baby's long gone and nothing's going my way. It's gonna take a lot of water just to wash away my blues. It's gonna take a lot of river to keep this broken heart afloat. It's gonna take a lot of river just to roll on the livelong day. It's gonna take the Mississippi, the Yellowstone, and the Ohio. Take a lot of river just to wash my blues away. Well, I wish I was a tugboat, slipping and sliding just along, moving all the water with a heart made of iron and steel. Well, there wouldn't be no woman who could ever do me no wrong or ever sick, and I would not feel. It's gonna take a lot of river to keep this broken heart afloat. Gonna take a lot of river just to roll on the livelong day. It's gonna take the Mississippi, the Yellowstone, and the Ohio. Take a lot of river just to wash my blues away. Play the bridge. Yeah, she's from New Orleans, she's a Cajun queen. I wonder what she's doing now. Oh, but I know her, she's got rings and furs. She's getting along somehow. Somehow, it's gonna take a lot of river to keep this broken heart afloat. Gonna take a lot of river just to roll on the livelong day. It's gonna take the Mississippi, the Yellowstone, and the Ohio. It's gonna take a lot of river just to wash my blues away. It's gonna take a lot of river to wash my blues away. One more. It's gonna take a lot of river to wash my blues away.
That was fun.
We got time for a couple more. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you do. Got another pick?
Oh, I got several downstairs. You broke them?
Anybody got a guitar pick?
Want a Feldman?
Nah, that won't work. I should know how to play with my fingers, but...
Come on, Briggs. Get up there.
Oh, that'll work. Thank you.
Yes.
Jeez, I got this cheap pick's got my name on, don't work. When do shit, tell me that. Yeah. You know what I like?
That'll surprise the hell out of me.
I'll tell you what I like. What do you like? You know what I like? Change your lace and pretty face.
baby, that's what I like. What? Huh? You talking to me? Say again? I didn't hear that. You know what I like. Chantilly lace, pretty face, ponytail hanging down. Wiggle in the walk, giggle in the talk, right? Make the world go round. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl. She make me act so funny. She spends my money, make me feel a little loose like a long neck. She say, "Woo, baby, that's what I like." But what? You say pick you up at 8 and don't be late. Yeah, right. You pick me up at 8 and don't be late. Bring your money, honey. Chantilly lace, pretty face, ponytail hanging down. Wiggle in the walk, wiggle in the talk. Lord, make the world go round. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl. She make me act so funny. Make me spend my money. Make me feel real loose like a long neck goose. Oh, baby, I like that banjo. Chantilly lace, pretty face, ponytail hanging down. Wiggle in the walk, giggle in the talk. Lord's gonna make the world go round. Ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl. She make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real loose like a long neck goose. Oh, baby, that's what I like.
Keep on the sunny side.
Okay, we got time for one more. The clock on the wall says it's...
Old clock on the wall.
Old clock on the wall says...
Well, friends and neighbors, the old clock on the wall says it's about time for us to be getting back to our place. I haven't done this in a long time. It says, but in the key of what?
Oh, I think it's E.
D? C? E? Ethel, really? Okay.
You can move it down. I heard the participation song, so now everybody can sing.
But until next week at this time, if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise between our house and yours, we hope you're going to make it right back here to Dornan's next Monday night. And until then, we would like to hand along this little piece of stagecoach band advice. One night after playing in the stagecoach, and it was winter time and it was cold outside, and we get out of there about 20-30 minutes after everybody else came outside, and the parking lot was empty except for this one guy. And the hood on his pickup truck was up, and he was inside with the engine, and the engine wouldn't start, and he was working on it, and he had tools laying all around in the snow. And I said, "Engine trouble?" And he said yes, and he allowed us how if he had had a stick of dynamite or a large hammer, he would have at that point done his best to destroy that engine. But he remembered the last song that we had sung inside the Stagecoach bar, and he was taking our advice. And we were singing, keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help you every day. It will brighten all the way if you keep on the sunny side of life. I'm going to sing a verse here. Oh, the dark and a troubled side of life, there's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help you every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Play that thing. Briggs has played with the Stagecoach Band longer than anybody else, still with a known location. I guess maybe you know where to reach Ron Scott. But Ron Scott started the Stagecoach Band February 16th, 1969. That was week number 1. Week number 3, Bill Briggs was there.
Oh, I got turned down in week number 4.
Bill Briggs is the acting president and spiritual leader of the Stagecoach Band. And he knows that we should keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. Mr. Brent Moyer, you played one whole summer with us, and he not only played the guitar, he played the trumpet and various other things. And now he's going to play the guitar to keep on the sunny side.
Taking your solo.
That's all right, I'll take it again. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life.
And Mr. John Cook came along. It was a dark Sunday.
Well, it was the 4th of July. But he heard this song.
And he was on a drinking binge. But he sobered up for tonight. And he played and he sang for us awfully well for a number of years, 10 years. Is it a whole decade, John? Was it a whole decade? And here he is, to play and sing for us one more time. John Cook.
Bill Briggs and John Cook. Some of the originals of the Stagecoach Band. All right, that's the program for tonight. We hope to see you here next week for the 179th Hootenanny.